This is the Yoga 7i Gen 10 Aura edition that I just bought. Now, prior to that, I had the Yoga 7 Gen 9 AMD, which I'm very happy with. This is a 14.5-inch OLED screen. They don't do a 14.5 anymore, they do a 14 and a 15 or 16. And I moved up to this from a 13.3 and it was a revelation, and I decided it was perfect for me. So 16 by 10 aspect ratio, 14.5 inch, and I've loved this laptop. It's great. It's not touch screen. I like the keyboard. I'm a ThinkPad person, really. I like good keyboards and track points. So no track point, but the touchpad's ace. The keyboard is good. Nice key travel, slightly dished keys. So I like this, but I needed to buy another laptop for a separation of work. I'm also into model helicopters, and I have the simulator and the Heli X, and it works very well on this laptop. Although on battery, it's a little bit stuttery. It's good enough, but a little bit stuttery. But really, what I was aiming for was for the next laptop that I bought to have a slight step up on the integrated GPU. And Lenovo aren't really offering anything with a step up yet, so they've got the newer AMD version of this with the Ryzen AI, but they only do the AI 5 and the AI 7. So this has a Radeon 760M graphics, I think. Yeah, and the this newer generation, the AI 5 and AI 7 in kind of low power form. The GPU is not an improvement on this. Like the better GPU is held back for the AI 9s and the sort of 54 watt varieties, the HS models, etc., that sort of thing. So it wasn't worth me getting the new AMD one. I heard the Intel Arc 140V was good, just about good enough step up to be worthwhile for me, for what I'm after here. So that's what I've gone for. So hinges obviously a bit stiff, as you can see. So this is an Ultra 7 258V, 32 gigs of RAM. This only has 16. So first thoughts. The keyboard colour, I'm aware of this from, I actually got one of my customers this is a Yoga Slim 7, but I got one of my customers a Yoga Pro 7, which had an AI 9 365 processor in it, and it was great, but it was a fair bit chunkier. I'm waffling, aren't I? I noticed with that this colour keyboard is far better, and I don't know if you can tell here, but these keys with the backlight off, not that it matters that much, but the keys become invisible, the letters become invisible. So I'm glad this is coming this colour scheme, because when I saw this keyboard colour scheme on my customer's laptop that I got them, I was like, oh yeah, that's better. Yeah, like the keys don't, the letters don't disappear. Okay, so yeah, that's good. This is going to be a very short video. A couple of things, right, that I noticed. So this is touch, which tends to mean the screen's slightly thicker. It's not noticeably thicker, but what I have noticed is overall the machine is slightly less slim. So this one is kind of uniformly slim. This one it's this rear standoff is kind of massive, really. Can't really tell there, can you? Yeah. So it's more sort of wedgy overall, but barely. Let's put them side by side. I'll try to. Hang on a sec. Yeah, pretty unscientific test this really, but they're the same height at the front, and at the back feels like there's I don't know, what can I use? Yeah, there's about that much difference. See that? It's sort of a folded up magazine. So I think most of that is because of it's lifted, has to be lifted off, and I think the reason for that is that these things open up flat, which is wonderful, by the way. For me, that is an absolute must. All good laptops open up flat. Right, that's why Macs are shit. They go to about there, don't they? Controversial, I know. So yeah, so slightly less thin. Minor points. The power supply is one of these. That's shit. I'm not happy about that at all. I much prefer a brick because it's longer. Yeah, you can use whatever length mains cable you want, and you can replace your mains cable, etc. So yeah, I'm not chuffed with that really. Obviously it's USB-C, so I'll just keep using this one, and that one can go with the other laptop. What else have I noticed? Well, this isn't something I noticed, but something I found. I ordered it with a 512 SSD to save money, and I was just going to swap my 1TB from this. Unfortunately, after ordering, I looked at a quick teardown, and it's a short SSD on this. It's the 2242, whereas this is the full length 2280. You know, these. That's your full length, and that there is a 2242. So this laptop only takes those and doesn't take these. And when I looked at it, to buy a 1TB one of these was going to cost me about 100 quid. To go up to 1TB, and this was adding 50 quid to the cost, so I cancelled my order and ordered it again with the 1TB. But that's something to be aware of. What else? Ports wise, on this it's USB-C only and a headphone jack. You've got the camera privacy, so it disables the camera. Now on this one you get a USB-A, the addition of a USB-A, and the addition of a full-size HDMI and a micro SD card reader. Now I've really got used to having USB-Cs everywhere, and actually to me that's a step back now. Again, I know that's controversial, but I've had these things, but actually at the office I spend a lot of time at, I have a slightly better one of these that does power pass-through, so USB PD. So I'll leave a charger attached to one of these. It's got two HDMIs on it. It's got my Bluetooth headset receiver. I just come in and I just plug in, and both my screens come on and everything works. And I carry a little C to A adapter in my bag for whatever I might need, this sort of thing here. So I carry one of those around with me. That's a cheap one. I actually got a better one than that, but yeah, I got used to this, and I'll tell you why this is a step back for me. It's only got the USB-Cs on one side, so you have to charge from that side. On this one you can plug the charger in either side, and depending on what you're doing, where you sat, what sofa you're on, or what train seat you're in, or whatever, it can be quite convenient to plug the shift the charger away there. It might be getting in the way, and plug it in that side. Well, that's obviously never going to happen on this because that's just a USB-A there. You can't. There's no ports, charging ports on that side. And I just feel like, I don't know, I'm plugging stuff into this USB-A now, and it just feels old-fashioned. And HDMI, okay, I could see that maybe I'd be at a friend's house and it'd be easy to plug in without having to find cables. But yeah, I'd rather have just more USB-Cs, to be honest, or just the same. So there's that. I've tried the simulator, HeliX, and it looks good. It is faster, so I'm happy about that. What I'm less happy about is that this is supposed to be a 500 nit SDR screen, so 1100 nits in HDR. I I don't know enough about HDR. All I know is that when I turn it on, everything looks washed out because none of the content is HDR, so it looks shit. There's no saturation in anything. So, but this is a 90 Hz 400 nit OLED, if I remember correctly. So let's get the model numbers of these machines up, if somebody wants to fact check me on that. So this is a 14APU8, that's the model, that one. It's got that Lenovo exclusive 7640S, which I think is mostly equivalent to a 7640U. I don't think this can tell me anything about the screen. I'll have a look, but I don't think it does. Pretty sure it doesn't. Wait. So you see it's an unusual resolution. That's because it's 14.5 inch. I know that's a 60 Hz, but I can flick that to 90 Hz. Obviously, we would have to refresh that. Yeah, 90 Hz. Right. So what was I getting at? Yeah, I'm pretty sure, not mistaken, when I ordered this, it was advertised as a 400 nit 90 Hz OLED. This 120 Hz variable refresh rate, which is nice. I don't think that can do that. 120 Hz, 500 nit. So I'm expecting this to be 20% brighter than this, and it ain't. Like, they're identical, and that's, you know, Intel display power saving stuff turned off. Like, if anything, that looks slightly darker. So I don't know, you know. I was thinking to myself, what am I getting here for my £1,000? Is it, should I just, I sort of wait, you know, I wait, bide my time on upgrades, and then it's a nice jump when you get it, and it's absolutely worthwhile. And I was thinking to myself, what am I getting? I'm getting a slightly increased GPU, more RAM, but I don't really need it. But yeah, the screen's going to be 20% brighter. Well, it's not, is it? So I don't know. I don't know about, you know. I don't know, I'm a bit disappointed about that. It's a lovely screen. They're both lovely screens, but I expected, like, you know, some of these Dell XPSs that freaking blind you and you've got to turn them down. Well, it isn't really. You sort of, unless you're in a dark room, these are going to be on full brightness all the time. So, and I'm losing the ½ inch that actually I really like. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, what can I open to? I've just cloned this to that, by the way, so and then gone through the rigmarole of installing all the drivers and removing drivers on that and stuff, but they've literally got everything software-wise, wallpaper, shortcuts is identical. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, what can I open other than some bright pages and stuff? I don't know. That's not going to work, is it? One second. It's just white anyway, isn't it? I don't know, YouTube's. Just turn off. I've got because I've cloned them, some stuff's going to go a bit loopy. Like, I've got WireGuard tunnels here, well, the other end's going to get a bit confused. This guy's a genius. Alright. Also, this one looks, they're both like glare. There's no anti-reflective coating or anything on them. And yet this newer one seems more reflective to me. Like, when I look at black on, say, here, You see the light there? It's just a normal yellowy light in the room, but you see it's getting a bit of a green tinge coming off it, isn't it? Now let's look at the same on this laptop. And you see? Which makes it sort of seem like there is a very slight anti-glare on here and none on there. Like, yeah, this is cleaner because it was only delivered today, but, and I know they're not in the same place right now, but that's more reflective, isn't it? Let's play some content or something. I have had trouble with the speakers buzzing on this, and I open it up and there's bloody metallic dust attracted to it, and I have to get like a magnet out from the inside of a hard drive that I've just got lying around and just sweep it across to pull it up. So I've had that trouble, and I've had the ribbon cable to the keyboard backlight come out a number of times. That could have been my doing from when I first opened it up to upgrade the SSD, but I've heard a lot of other people had the same trouble. So I've got it sticky down with some Captain tape now. You know, that stuff used in electronics that's I thought I'd be able to show you, but I can't find it. Anyway, yeah, Captain tape. Google it if you're not sure. And it seems fine now, so backlight works now. So yeah, a couple of little troubles I've had have not been a problem really.
And I put it in here.
So let's open the tubes on here as well.
Net's got a sweet deal on full fibre. Treat yourself to fast and reliable broadband from only $24.99.
Does sound like less bassy, that one.
So here, let's just start with the kick. And I have a question for you about the feel too. Start with the kick. This is Lindrum kick.
Month. And ooh, a rewalk.
Mr. Crispin here once again, and welcome to my workshop.
Hi, and welcome to Dr. Mix featuring Anthony Marinelli.
I use an ARP 2600.
Can you please show us?
Yeah, I used pulse width modulation.
So it sounds like it's mostly coming out of the left there to me. It's a bit strange. Ooh, LEX11. Oh, yeah. Brilliant. That's good. It's not been updating like a few years. Sweet.
Today we're going to dive into the bass sound from Holiday by Madonna.
Right.
You've heard that sound, right?
Yeah, this is way bassier. Anyway, yeah, sorry, that's it. That dragged on a bit, didn't it? Well, first impressions, there you go. So, screen, a disappointment because it's not 20% brighter than that. And that's what it said in the specs, so that's disappointing. GPU, a nice step up. The laptop's smaller, but sort of fatter. Well, it's going to take up more space in the bag anyway. Did I ever actually finish what I was saying there? Sorry, about them lying flat. That's why I think it's got to have the foot like that, because you see the lid goes under. I'm not sure. I think I went off on a tangent about opening flat before. That's why I think this one. Maybe the lid's thicker because of the touchscreen. But I think that's why this is quite low now, you see. So I think that's why it's got the thicker foot. Also interestingly, it doesn't actually fully open flat, but it's fine. It's good enough. Good enough for leaning against your car steering wheel anyway. While you're sat in the driver's seat, but you see that's flat. Okay, and go back to the new one, the Aura Edition Intel. Hinge is too stiff to do anything one-handed, but that's your limit. So, like sometimes I'll get a new laptop for a customer, and I'll be like, oh, I can't wait to get my hands on this, and you know, I'll get one and I'll be like, I'm having one of them myself. If I was getting this for another customer and I already had that, I'd be like, oh, I'm glad I looked at it. But yeah, I'll wait. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling. All right, thanks.